Good morning, everyone. Let's start our class today with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great gurus, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Layadima Shaya, Swami Shri Yukteswarji, beloved Master Paramahansa Yoganandaji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. O great ones, fill us with thy inspiration. Fill us with thy joy, thy light, thy positivity, thy magnetism. May we always seek to be ever more attuned to thee. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll have a song by Swami Kriyanandaji and then a video excerpt by Swamiji, and then we'll continue onward. Welcome again, friends.
Brother, I've a faint suspicion you and I've been led astray, taught to drive the devil from us. We've invited him to stay. What we need is light, for we can't drive out the darkness with a stick. With a stick, no, we can't drive out the devil with a stick. Some proclaim all men are sinners, can't escape the devil's might. How their interest must intrigue him, they won't let him out of sight. What we need is light, for we can't drive out the darkness, talking sin, talking sin. No, we can't drive out the devil, talking sin. Some of us were taught the slogan, social evils must be slain. But can anger drive out sorrow, and can passion conquer pain? What we need is light, for we can't drive out the darkness while we hate, while we hate. No, we can't drive out the devil while we hate. Brother, have you ever wondered why the darkness lingers on? If we want to see the sunrise, let us turn and face the dawn. What we need is light, for we'll only beat the darkness when we love, when we love. Yes, we'll only beat the devil when we love.
You know, your karma comes through your aura. And when there was a boy, Claude Pastori, his name was, he was 7 years old, I believe, from Egypt. And he lost his finger in an accident. I think it was his thumb. And Yogananda said, I saw a black cloud around you the day before. So when our karma is such that some catastrophe or disaster or hardship is coming upon us, our aura becomes weak or darkness gathers, and it's the cloud of karma coming and ready to attack you. You can offset that in certain ways. One is by keeping your consciousness high. That's why I said the other day that if you have the karma to lose a leg, if you love God, you will develop to such a strong aura that you will still have that karma to pay, but you may only get a scratch on your leg instead of losing your leg. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, even a little bit of the practice of this religion will free you from dire fears and colossal sufferings. When you love God above all, and when your aura of devotion is strong, it protects you. There are other more automatic ways of protecting you. Certain herbs, I don't know the kinds of herbs, I'm not able to talk about that. But a bangle, like this one, which is made of gold, silver, and copper, was one that Yogananda and Sri Yukteswar recommended as everybody could have. And I do recommend that you get one of these. They help to create and strengthen your aura. They act like lightning rods. I've never had this experience myself, but some people have said that their arm around their bangle sometimes gets extremely hot, almost painfully hot. Sometimes they even remove them, which I think is a mistake. There's another thing, and that is that gems, either a particular gem which a good astrologer, a good Indian astrologer, can tell you about, not Western, because Indian is sidereal, Western is solar. And the sidereal horoscope tells you the strength of the planets in relation to you rather than in relation to the sun. But they will tell you if your Jupiter is weak, to wear a yellow sapphire. If your Mars is weak, wear a coral. If your Saturn is weak, wear a blue sapphire. If your Venus is weak, wear a diamond. All of these have to be 2 carats or more, and they have to touch the skin, and they have to be flawless. Apart from that, Mercury would be an emerald, and so on. I'm not going to go with the whole thing right now. But these 2 help to strengthen your aura and to protect you against the infliction of bad karmas. So there are many things you can do to overcome karma. One is to heed the advice of a wise saint who can tell you, do this or don't do that, because it will help you to walk around the pitfalls of your karma. I hope that helps, because it's a very important subject. And Yogananda decried those people who say, oh, my karma. Don't worry about your karma. I have the most difficult horoscope that I know of. I know there's an astrologer in Germany who, every time she heard my name, she'd say, oh, I don't know how we can live with that horoscope. Well, it has all the big planets in the fixed signs crossing one another, square to one another, opposite one another. It's a grand cross. And people feel that this is a very difficult thing. Well, frankly, I don't know what difficulties they're talking about. I've just cheerfully and courageously gone ahead, and whatever came my way, I've just not taken it on myself. I've just given it to God and done my best. You can, with courage and strength and faith, overcome anything.
Good morning again, friends. I'd like to start with an amazing story from Hare Krishna Ghosh's stories of his time with Master's nephew. One day, as I was sitting by Guruji's side, with many devotees all around, a man came and stood at the door with tears in his eyes. He was trying to come in and touch Guruji's feet and say something to him. Guruji looked at him and said to him, no, don't come in. I was surprised to see Guruji refusing to let the man come in, but the man was still standing there. After some time, Guruji said to that man, when you repent for what you did, you are pardoned. The man came in and touched Guruji's feet and said, Guruji, I am very sorry for what I said before you left for USA. I am very sorry for those words. Then Guruji blessed him. When all was over, I was very curious and asked some of the senior disciples, devotees, as to the cause of all of this. I asked them, who was that man and what happened to him? Because I saw that that man's face was disfigured and he could not talk properly. The devotees told me, Hare Krishna, this man, out of some jealousy or some other reason, spoke some bad words against Lahiri Mahashaya in front of Guruji. This happened just before Guruji was going to America in 1920. So naturally, he was not happy and asked him to withdraw his words, but that man didn't. Then Guruji said, if you do not withdraw your remarks, you will be punished by God, and the mouth by which you speak those words will be disfigured. And so it happened. After Guruji left for America, that man gradually showed signs of what he had said. He could not speak properly and could not eat properly for 15 years. But in 1935, I have seen that man become quite normal within 15 days when Guruji blessed and pardoned him. Wow. What an incredible story that is. It just shows the power of karma. What you put out comes back. The power of your thoughts, the power of your actions, the power of your deeds, the boomerang effect that comes back on you. There was also a story of Master in Boston when a man wrote him a letter and he said, Jesus Christ did not exist. And Master went to the Boston Public Library and he found that man. Amazing. And he went behind him. The man was seated. He said, why did you write me that letter? And the man turns around and he says, what letter? And he said, the letter in which you said that Jesus Christ did not exist. And the man said, how did you know it was me? And Master said, the same power by which I found you, it's the same power by which I know that Jesus Christ existed. And we have to remember that thoughts are things. They create our whole universe around us. They create our appearance. They create our life. They create a job or not having a job. They create good relationships or not having good relationships. They create abundance or not having abundance. They create health or not having good health. They create everything. Master said, even at the point of death, if you have a positive thought that you can change the time of your passing, my God, that's an incredible statement, even at the time of death. And there was a man, Mr. Brockwurst, I think was his name. And the end of his life, Swamiji was there and he said, the man said, I've done many wrong things. Swamiji told Master that, and he said, he should not have said that. At all times, think a positive thought. Think I am one with God. Think I'm in the light. I'm free. I saw a man who years back at Ananda, he had a horrible rash all over his face. It just developed. And I wondered what happened to him. It wasn't normal. And later, the story came out that this man had done many things that caused great pain and suffering to a lot of people, and he didn't really care. He just had done them, and the story was written all over his face. I went, my God, we just don't know that the karmic retribution, and there's always a pull in that direction. But I remember one time I felt a dark force in my room while I was sleeping. It was here in this house. And I wasn't going to go with that. I took the picture of Master I had by my bed and I held it underneath my pillow. And I prayed to Master to bring his power and his light. And I went back to sleep. The next morning, it was still kind of there. And I went into the temple. I did 108 kriyas and pop, that was gone forever. You've just got to know, yes, Master helps us, but yes, we have to help ourselves. And like he said, that boy Swamiji was talking about, there was a dark cloud around him. That dark cloud, you don't want it. This is why we have so many powerful practices. And I was remembering this letter that Swamiji said, a disciple wrote to Master, all negative, everything negative. Master said to him, that was the best letter Satan ever wrote to me. And I remember someone in Ananda who, I mean, there were many such kinds of letters, but I remember one specifically where it was just denouncing this person and saying this was wrong and everything dark and negative. And Swamiji wrote that person back and said these words, and it was here in India. He said, that kind of negativity will only take you out of Ananda. And I know that's not what you want. And that's what it is. That kind of negativity puts you in the darkness when we're trying to get into the light. We have to watch our thoughts. We have to watch what we do. We have to watch what we say. I was just in Ahmedabad. They dedicated their new center. How beautiful. Just beautifully done. They had only been in there for a week. And the vibration was just full of light. The place was beautiful. Every aspect of that place was done with consciousness, higher consciousness, with light, with joy, with love. They had only been there for a week, as I said, but the meditation vibrations were so deep. The people meditate. Every time you meditate, you're creating more light. A man came in this house yesterday for some banking papers I had to sign. I didn't know him at all. And he just said, it feels so nice in here. I said, you know why? Because I meditate. I said, I meditate every day in here. It's full of light. And he said, well, there's something different in here. People feel it. I remember going into a house of non-devotees. And in a devotee's house or pilgrimage place or center, any holy place, you feel uplifted, you feel light. I went into a house, I just remember, God, I almost had a headache. It was just so heavy. We have to realize that everything we do, whatever we say, is creating a light, or it's creating the darkness, or it's creating the heaviness, or lifting the energy up. Swamiji, he told us about one disciple who had come to his room and he'd come to talk to him. And he said he was always laden with worries. This is people are laden with worries, fears, angers, doubts, all these things. They just cut your energy down. They cut your aura down. I don't care if you have a bangle or not. And so he said this man would come and heavily walk into his room, sit on the bed and just talk and talk. This is Swamiji said when he would leave, he had to light agarbatti and just go around the room just to bring the light back into the room. We don't know. We are what we think. We are what we do. We are what we sing. We are what we read. We are what we watch. We are what we listen to. We are the people who we are around. We're around. We are that. And so the more you can put into yourself positivity, that's why Master's given so many wonderful, I mean, he was the most positive person ever. Anything that happened, he would say, that was good. Swamiji walked by him. How are you, Walter? That's good. Swamiji was going, well, that's good. And you look at all the practices we have, they're all about getting in the light. Even if it seems like sometimes the heaviness comes to you, and we used to call it the unwillingness monster takes a hold of you. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to get up. I don't want to, whatever. But we have such positive, wonderful practices to pull you out of any darkness, pull you out of any negativity, pull you out of any low energy. The superconscious living exercises. I'm positive, energetic. I'm enthusiastic. Then you jump up with enthusiasm. So wonderful. Yoga postures with affirmations. Affirmations on their own. All of these you can use. Chant affirmations. And then you can just, all the chants have wonderful words to them. Japa, Om Tat Sat. I mean, the music, the books, everything is just full of light. Everything is full of light. And as you keep reading and studying and listening, and you just get full of light. It's so wonderful. What a blessing to have this path. And finally, we draw the blessings, the light from the guru and from the gurus. We draw their magnetism into us in meditation, first of all. If you can meditate on the guru, Swamiji would have us meditate on his eyes, meditate on his face, draw him into you. Not just sitting there kind of looking at the altar, but think about it. First of all, think about any blessing you get, a blessing at satsang. You should be drawing that blessing, not just standing there passively. Blessing of discipleship, you should be drawing that blessing. Blessing of Kriya, you should be drawing. Blessing of purification. When you go to a pilgrimage spot, it's not just sitting there. You have to draw the blessings. Wherever you are, you go to the center, there's a satsang, draw the blessings from the acharya, draw the blessings of the place, draw the light from the place. And anything you do. And then when you meditate, really, really draw the guru's blessings, grace, energy, just like you're just pulling it from him, bringing it into you. His magnetism, joy, love, peace, whatever it is that you feel you're lacking. And then finally, you have to pull him completely into you. Now, it's directional. A lot of people can't understand that and can't do it because the door has to be open. Door of my heart, open wide. If you just got a crack, you got to work on that. But think of it as you meditate, not just before and just after, but the whole time, I'm just drawing Master. Every Kriya, I'm pulling him into that Kriya. Hong Sa Om, I'm drawing him. Every quality that he has, his consciousness, his experience of God, his oneness with God, his attunement with God. What a beautiful way to meditate. And then bring him into everything you do in your life. You carry that into your job for inspiration, for high thoughts, for how to do it, for practicality, for upliftment, for ideas, whatever it is. But we have to realize that boomerang effect, if you get into that, it's going to block you 1,000 times. If you go the opposite direction and say, no, I put my hand in God and gurus, I put my hand in the hand of all the masters, and I do my practices. Master said to Swamiji, you have a great work to do. And Rajasi told Swamiji, Master said, he has a great work to do through you, Walter, and he will give you the strength. And also Master said to Swamiji, after Swamiji allowed someone to come into the monastery, Master said he wasn't ready for that. And Master said, I'm going to have to give you intuition. Now, the thing is, he will give you the strength. I'm going to give you intuition. Now, you would think as passively Swamiji just sat there and, okay, you give me the strength. Look what the man did. Look at everything he did to draw that strength. Everything he did, all the writing, all the singing, all the lecturing, all the music, everything, he kept drawing it. So yes, Master can help you, but you must yourself add your own strength. And what do I really mean by that? Deep, deep sincerity, deep, deep effort on your part, deep love, deep focus, concentration, practicality, positivity. This is our path. It's not something extra. When you find yourself, your energy going down, catch it with something positive, a piece of music or 2 energization exercises or pranayama, or read something or call a guru by or get over to the center or serve, satsang. It all will help you stay in the light. And ultimately, it will help us all to become the light. It's not enough to stay in the light. This is only the beginning. We have to merge with the light become one with that light. I want to end with this affirmation. First of all, quick reading and affirmation. This is a great short story on the life of Trilanga Swami. A skeptic once determined to expose Trilanga as a charlatan. A large bucket of calcium lime mixture used in whitewashing walls was placed before the Swami. Master, the materialist said in mock reverence, I have brought you some clabbered milk. Please drink it. Trilanga unhesitantly drained to the last drop the container full of burning lime. In a few minutes, the evildoer fell to the ground in agony. Help, Swamiji, help! He cried. I am on fire. Forgive my wicked test. The great yogi broke his habitual silence. Scoffer, he said, you did not realize when you offered me poison that my life is one with your own. Except for my knowledge that God is present in my stomach, as in every atom of creation, the lime would have killed me. Now that you know the divine meaning of boomerang, never play tricks on anyone. The well-purged sinner, healed by Trilanga's words, slunk feebly away. The reversal of pain was not due to any volition of the master, but because it came about through unerring application of the law of justice, which upholds creation's farthest swinging orb. Men of God realization like Trilanga allow the divine law to operate instantaneously. They have banished forever all thwarting cross currents of ego. I'm reading from this book very briefly. Affirm with me. I will radiate love and goodwill to others, that I may open the channel for God's love to come to all. And once more, I will radiate love and goodwill to others, that I may open the channel for God's love to come to all. Om Shanti Shanti. I'll ask Nitendra to join me on the screen now.
Thank you so much, Dhyanaji. We have a few questions and a live question as well. The first one, Dhyanaji, is are there any stories in Ananda on how the Guru has protected the devotees from their past?
Yes, I've told the story. I won't have time to tell it today, but of a lady, Happy Winningham, who had AIDS, who the doctor told her she'd live a year, and she lived 10. Swamiji said, don't go into the consciousness of the disease, meaning don't go into negativity. Do more energization, do more yoga postures, do more kriyas. She did twice a day, 108 kriyas, energization twice a day. She went around driving a car, serving, helping people, teaching, doing affirmations. And that woman lived 10 years. Good God. I mean, she was one of my best friends. I was there for her. I know it. I knew her. So it's not a joke. It is a reality. Your thoughts create your life. And if it is your time to pass, Divine Mother takes you, I've seen wonderful passings. People very uplifted in the light. People who saw masters. People Swamiji said they were free. So it's not a joke. It's something that's real. Your thoughts create everything. And if you're positive and you have them linked with the divine, you create a wonderful life, even if you do have problems. And I love Swamiji would say, people say, karma, karma is my karma. Forget about your karma. Get up and do something. Make a difference, make a change, and you'll see that your life turns into a beautiful life.
Thank you, Dhyanaji. We have a live question, Dhyanaji. The question is, how do we deal with a person, especially when we have within our relationship someone who has done something wrong to us, or if we are hurt by their act? Then we got a lot of negative thoughts because of that.
The best thing is offer to God. Offer the negative thoughts. Master, I don't want to feel this way, but I do. Help me to not feel this way. Pray for the person. Pray for yourself. Do the peace and harmony prayer. And Swamiji told me once when I was battling with something like that, he said, Dhyana, when I went through the biggest test of my life and people betrayed me, all I ever felt for them was love. And I said, I don't feel any love right now. I just had to be honest. And I said, Swamiji, was that a grace? It had to have been a grace. He said, of course. It was the grace of the guru. So that's the other point. Offer to Master, say, give me your grace. I can't change myself. This is how I am. The other thing is, don't be in denial and don't act like it never happened. You know, it did happen. You are upset. Give that upsetness to God. If that's a word, say, Divine Mother, I don't want it. Or whatever it is, I don't want anger. I don't want it. You have to help me. I'm your child. So you have the 25% your effort, 25 Master's grace, 50% is God's grace. But you have to ignite that. Does it make sense? You have to pull on that grace, not just help. What's that going to do? Nothing.
Sure, Dhyanaji. Just two more questions. One is, in the talk, Swamiji mentioned about wearing those gems and bangles. So if I wear them appropriately, then do I still need to do my sadhana to keep myself protected?
Hello. I mean, come on. Everybody wants to get out of the sadhana. That's your 25%. I wear a bangle, but geez, I wouldn't count on that to save me from everything. There's mountains of karma back there. You just gonna say a bangle is gonna save you? Good luck is what I would say about that. I mean, it's a help, a great help. But what did Master say the best bangle was? Devotion. If you can get one, get it. But really work on your devotion. And then ask Divine Mother, if you want me to have it, when you want me to have it, please help me to get it. Yeah?
Yes, Dhyanaji. Thank you. One last quick question. What should I do now so that I do not create more karma that I will have to handle perhaps in the future or even in future lifetimes?
Love God. Do the practices, do your kriyas, give your life to God, serve, be at the satsangs. Who's really taking the karma away? Are you? No. You're only doing a little part. If you tune yourself to the guru's master, I'm your child. You have to help me. I'll do my part. But I know you will free me from this karma. And that's where devotion comes in. It's not a weak sort of saccharine sweet thing, as Swamiji said, I love God, I love God. I mean, are you dedicated? Are you committed to God and Guru? Are you going to get up in the morning? Are you going to serve the masters work? Are you going to be at the satsang? Are you going to help yourself by doing affirmations? Are you going to energize every day? This is devotion. You understand the difference? It's not like I love God. How? That's the question. How? It's not enough to have just make it like a mantra. How? What are you going to do? Show Divine Mother, show Master. And if you open, Master said, if you have or Swamiji, if you have a thimble, that's all you have. This is as much as I have. That's all you're going to get is a thimble's worth. You have a huge vessel. You're infinitely big. Divine Mother keeps pouring it in her love, her joy, her peace, her power, her magnetism. Then you make progress. It's you and Divine Mother, you and Master, not just them. And the other last point is, don't make more karma. I mean, I see people doing all kinds of things, and they think they can just sweep it off with the 108 kriyas. Well, good luck on that. I mean, that karma is heavy. You do that, and it's probably come from the past. And you just keep reaffirming it. Stop it. You have to stop it. And if you want to really change and get free, you got to stop different things. You got to tell Master, I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to be angry. I don't want it. Instead of, well, whatever happens, happens. You'll never get out of it that way. Put your hand to the wheel and work at it. Then you will find Guru is always there. Where are you? That's the real question. God bless you. Thank you, Natendra. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.